Welcome to part 3 of the 4-part series, Being on Stage Alone but Never by Yourself. I interview members from the Big Talk membership community so that you can see why community is so important in elevating your speaker platform. I am so excited to be with our featured guest today, the incredible Brandy Edwards. How are you today, Brandy?
Fabulous. I am looking forward to this.
Me too. We are supposed to be live, but Easy Webinar is being a bit cheeky today. So we are going to record this and I'm going to upload it to Facebook afterwards. I am so excited to welcome Brandy Edwards, who is an attorney turned empowerment speaker and coach in Dallas, Texas. She's the founder of the Self-Love Challenge and emphasizes the life transformation that is possible when change is embraced with confidence and courage. Her self-discovery journey led her to take action despite fear and follow her happiness to create the life she loves. She is a structured free spirit, a health and fitness enthusiast, and embraces self-love and sobriety as a lifestyle. Her magnetic energy captivates the attention of both youth and adult audiences, and her inspiring vulnerability empowers others to bridge the gap between fears that hold them back and bravery that can propel them forward. In addition to speaking and coaching, Brandy teaches yoga, hosts memorable events and retreats, and inspiring workshops. And we're going to talk about that because of everything that's happening right now. If you are watching this, which is going to be a replay, and you find it valuable, please comment, share. We would love to hear your thoughts. I know Brandy's going to bring a whole lot of value to this conversation. And make sure that you stay tuned to the end because we're going to make a special announcement. Brandy, welcome to today's interview. I want to just check in with you. We're all in shelter in place. And I had an incredible morning because I bought Clorox wipes and flowers. It was one of the most amazing days. Share with our listeners and our audience what your morning was like today.
My morning started off by me doing some ab exercises in my bedroom. So it was a little chilly this morning here in Dallas, and I just found a YouTube channel that I'm loving, and it was a quick ab workout. And then I did some squats to a Britney Spears song. It was fun.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Share a little bit today about your speaking career and the trajectory that you see yourself on, Brandy.
So I have been speaking for a little over a year now while still practicing law full time. And I am still doing both. And I really am just taking all of the steps necessary to turn my dreams into a reality, which is to transition from being an attorney full time to speaking full time. And that's where I'm at. I am balancing everything the best way that I can right now while I build my dreams.
And who are you particularly serving in terms of your audience?
I am serving a variety of audiences. It has been an interesting journey. I initially started talking to just women and emphasized self-love and body confidence and body positivity. And then I realized young girls needed my message. And so I started to speak to schools. And then I started to receive requests to speak to business professionals about creating strategies to manage stress and mental health. And that turned into me speaking to attorneys. And it's really been an interesting journey as I discover what audience really resonates with my messages the most, and just taking inspired action to figure it out along the way.
I love what you're saying about being very present to opportunities. You were speaking to young people and then realized you could speak at schools, and then you realized, oh, attorneys need my message as well. And that's what really makes for an excellent speaking trajectory and career, is when you're paying attention to the opportunity so that when it presents yourself, you're A, ready, and B, you can think, oh, wow, I wouldn't have even thought of that, but because you're paying attention, now you're actually extending your speaking platform. Have you always been conscious of opportunity as it comes into your life?
Definitely. I am just in a position where I say yes. If an opportunity arises, I say yes, and I figure it out along the way. Because if I waited until I was ready for that opportunity, I would still be preparing right now, and I would have never given a keynote to date. So if an opportunity arises, I just say yes, and I take action. And done is better than perfect, and you can only become better after you continue to take action over and over and over again.
And something I want to share with our audience is that you also ask for what you want. And I say that specifically because you reached out to me and said, I'm going to be in New York. Can we get together? I don't remember if you asked me for tea or I said, let's have tea, but you reached out to me and I thought, of course I'll get together with you. It'll be so amazing to meet you in person. You are part of my membership community, and it's so awesome to actually have an opportunity to meet with you, see how I can support you, and to be with you in the flesh.
And I appreciate you taking the time to meet me. And so my philosophy is the answer is always no unless you ask. And so I knew that you were busy and you might be unavailable, but I thought, why not? And so, for people listening, stop wondering what if and just go for it, because the answer is no unless you ask.
I love that. The answer is no unless you ask. We are in a global pandemic currently. New York City is in shelter mode through the middle of May. That will mean 8 solid weeks, and I have a feeling it will be extended. We are all going through something exactly at the same time. We are all having the exact same experience, and how we see this experience is either going to take us down or serve us in the future. How are you handling this right now, Brandy?
I am handling it, all things considered, very well. I try to see the positive perspective in everything. While I know this is a challenging time for many people, especially on the front lines, I am utilizing this opportunity to slow down, because I was burning the candle at both ends and was really tired. And this has just given me an opportunity to reset my life a little bit and slow down and realize what it is that I actually want to rush back to doing from my old life and what I want to leave behind. And it's been great to have the opportunity to work from home remotely. And I'm grateful for that, because I know so many people have lost their jobs. So it's really just been a time of reflection, but also a time for me to have compassion for myself, because I feel like I could be doing more and I could be accomplishing more and having all of these things on my to-do list, checking them off. But some days are easier than others, where I just want to relax and maybe do some yoga or do some reading and not feel like I constantly have to be grinding and on all of the time. And so it's been a unique shift to give myself permission to slow down.
Yeah.
And just really be present in the moment without trying to accomplish so much all of the time.
I love that. And it's everybody's going to go through this in their own unique way. There is no right or wrong. It is simply the way you're going through this. I do want to bring to everyone's attention, though, when we lead with gratitude and we think about innovation and creativity and having empathy and compassion, along with knowing that everything right now is an opportunity to create your future, and you giving yourself permission to slow down so that you can determine what you want to rush back into, is so, so smart. I want to talk about the importance of community as well right now. Many people are doing virtual cocktail hour. Many people are doing virtual. Last week, it was Easter and Passover. Coming together as a community is so valuable always, but it has become more important right now. Talk a little bit about the membership community and how that's supporting you currently.
The membership community is an incredible group of amazing individuals, and it's really nice to have our monthly calls, especially the one that we did recently that was not scheduled, and you decided to do it just because we needed community and to support each other and to be seen and be heard and give each other space to just express what's going on in our lives and how we are feeling. and tackling everything. And so the membership community is just has really been a great resource for this challenging time as a speaker where everyone's events got canceled or postponed, and seeing how other speakers in the group are being creative and innovating new ways to show up and pivot and provide value. And so learning from each other as well as supporting each other has been great.
What drew you to the community, Brandy?
I was drawn to the community because I wanted to learn from an expert. And after I learned about you, I did my research and was so impressed. And I just knew that you were the one that I wanted to guide me into this new territory that I'm stepping into as I'm transitioning. And there's so many coaches and people online that can appear to know what they're talking about or be experienced, but you are an expert at this, and it was just really something that I wanted to invest in. And also, it was a unique opportunity for me to learn from other speakers, where it wasn't just me working with you one-on-one, but I'm also in this with other aspiring speakers, some who are seasoned speakers that have done this their entire lives, and then some that are newer into the speaking world like myself, and just a way to grow together with you being our leader. So I was immediately drawn, and it was nothing that I had to question. I immediately signed up.
What you're saying is so amazing, because that's what's so special about this membership community, is that we do have speakers who've been paid to speak for over 30 years, who've made a career out of it. And we have young up and coming speakers who want to learn from their mentors. And we've got speaker agents, we have authors, we have TEDx speakers, we have coaches, we have entrepreneurs, we have people who want to make the world a better place. So within this diverse community of speakers and thought leaders and amazing human heart-centered beings, you all have a very unique story that you want to tell. And I always say, within my community, speaking can be lonely. Within my community, you might be on stage by yourself, but you are never alone. And it's really something that I have found has brought me great fulfillment as well, to be able to bring you all into a private Facebook group so that you can support one another, be supported by each other, get feedback from me, ask me any questions, along with building and designing out a resource library that really helps you build a platform as a speaker and gives you those resources that you might not find anywhere else. And then, of course, those group calls, which I love, love, love. I absolutely can't wait for them. We all get onto a group Zoom call, and last week we all just shared what we were grateful for. And then I do a teaching, but it's really so wonderful to see you all lifting each other up. I'd love to know one or two things that really have stood out for you in the Big Talk membership community.
First and foremost, the thing that has stood out the most for me was the opportunity for the virtual showcase that we did a few months ago. And it gave me an opportunity to write new material, test new material live, and receive direct, immediate feedback from you, which was just phenomenal. And then also feedback from the group of what they thought I could improve on, or what they really liked, or what resonated with them the most. And the opportunity to get that live feedback is so valuable, because we can be so close to what we are creating that it can just elevate us in so many ways to receive a response from others on and how they perceive what we are sharing. So that has been one of the most valuable experiences thus far. And also just the group calls. It is so nice to connect with other like-minded people each month. That has been incredible. And as far as the member resources, I loved the training that you did on how to pitch ourselves, because you gave examples on, this is something that someone tried to pitch and this is how I edit it. And then it gave me a good framework on what I could use to pitch myself for speaking events. And then you give us so many other tools and resources in addition to speaking on stages, but you gave a training on how to start a podcast, and not just how to start a podcast, but how to promote the podcast, and just so many ways that we can use our voice in a variety of different ways.
It is my mission to make the world a better place by helping speakers communicate with dignity, authenticity, and heart. I hope that you will start sharing your powerful story today, and be sure to subscribe and click on that notification bell so that you get access to my newest and latest videos. And I really appreciate that you are here and will always respond to the comments. Big love.